we hop into what can be a quite competitive series between these two teams. Now, CNK, you've been, casting in and out throughout the series. Do you have your eye on one team or the other?
Ooh, so I've been in and out a little bit too much in the HRL as of lately. That's a me problem, but I am going to be coming back next season. I got to get back on the grind, but I'll be honest, the 4-3 Inept are really looking a little special tonight. I got to be honest.
No, I like that you shouted that out because the fact that they're here in the championship finals as a 4-3 roster really speaks to their playoff run here. So full respect to Inept over here on side of Cobra, making it this far and in the early stages of this game being very competitive right now on board with Faka with the overshield, already 2 slays, looking for some more, and as the strongest player on the map, already finding a kill and an assist. That's gonna prove really strong map control for Inept if they can capitalize it, but they're losing C in the process.
Yeah, losing C never going to be a fun time, but that A-B hold is going to be strong for now. We are going to see that one for a little while here. Always what we'd like to see. That C spawn trap maybe going to get put into action here. We see a couple players trying to wrap around over towards A, trying to break out of this one if they can, but Inept right now holding strong. This is a team that maybe struggled a little bit in the early season, but they brought it in the playoffs, so we'd love to see them play in the championship now. Both these teams ready to clash over the middle of the map. We see We Get Wiped trying to move up, losing a couple players in the process, though.
Yeah, the early round of slays, we see more than double the number of slays on the side of Inept. So maybe a little bit more of the same of that, striking while the iron is hot with a good playoff run and hoping it takes them the distance here. But it's Inkful who has the sniper in hand, doesn't quite connect on the first shot. That was actually the last round of the sniper. So as that sniper's expended, doubling back, the next item up for grabs is going to be that OS, but the fight is on the opposite side of the map. Fight focusing over here on B, and that's the decision point. Do you fight for B control or do you fight for the overshield? It looks like most of the teams are fighting for objective control. In fact, it's a triple cap coming through, and just in time for We Get Wiped before this game got out of control. Missouri adds insult to injury with the Mind the Gap, repulsing a player off into the water.
Hey, I always love repulsing someone off the map. It's such a good feeling, but We Get Wiped have quite a little turn there, getting double capped. Now going to have the triple cap still active. A getting taken from them. That is going to be Inept, but Sunburn, he's coming in. The Sunburn is probably going to be real here as he picks up one, looking for another one. Nice, well-placed nade, couple well-placed shots as well. Looking for a little bit of help from the teammates. Got to be careful, though. He's got a player directly behind him now. He's going to turn and try to take him out. He is going to get taken down there. But the CB hold by the teammates on We Get Wiped, still holding strong. Inept trying to get broken out of this A base. They are going to be down by about double at the moment. But we've seen what they were able to do earlier.
I mean, the fact that the lead has completely flipped, right? We saw double the kills early on the side of Inept, and We Get Wiped. It seemed like they just needed a little bit of a wake-up call. They got the triple cap to take back the lead. They have a 40-point lead, but as B is flipped, now Inept are going to be the ones on the scoring side. Worksheet goes down. It's a little 2v2. Jordan Nasty also eliminated, and it looks like the last player alive is Faka at the back of B, being chased down by the rest of the incoming We Get Wiped roster. Is looking like they're going to try to wipe the opposition instead.
Yeah, got to try to wipe them off the map. We Get Wiped doing a little bit of the wiping when they can. But Inept here, once again, still holding that A base down by about 30 points, trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. Are going to have to deal with Mitsuri. He's got the heat wave and the sniper in hand, ready to make a play here. He sees a couple players pushing towards the C objective. He goes to make a move. He's got 3 to deal with, though. Can he get out with his life? No, he can't. Going to lose both those weapons there. But his teammates trying to push on up to try to cover anything he may have lost. Looks like they did a pretty good job of doing that. OS about to come up. We Get Wiped, collapsing on the objective of OS at the moment. They're trying to get some of these kills down. They grab 2 of those kills. They should have OS. They've got the heat wave and sniper reclaimed, and they're ready to push in towards A or C.
A great numbers advantage as well on the side of We Get Wiped. You're talking about the weapon control, the overshield control, all of it plays in, but they haven't gotten the objective control, like the one piece missing, and then the most crucial piece, literally the objective of this game. Now we see the slays once again going the side of We Get Wiped, and we should see them add on to that lead as they increase control.
We'll see where this lead goes. We see the AB is going to be held at the moment. C and a little bit of contention as well, but A getting captured right now. We Get Wiped. Trying to see what they can do here on the offensive side for the most part here as they are gaining points. Inept trying to fight out of a base once again. Whenever We Get Wiped gets him in the hold, it lasts for quite a while. We see how good of a job they're doing pushing it as a team. They clear out all of A in the middle of the map. They get back on the A objective. They start forcing Inept over towards the C spawn, but they're ready to make an impact as soon as they spawn up.
What a difference from early game to now mid game. Not just talking about the triple cap that we see for We Get Wiped, but the slaying control. Right now, they are the team leading out for slays, and with it, they piggyback off of those kills to get the objectives. But as two go down, this is where Inept can regain, where they can recharge. They're 50 seconds down. It looks like they're focusing their attention here on B. Inkful with some good patience, kind of giving some oversight, some cover fire, allowing teammates to overextend to secure that objective.
Inkful doing a good job there, not throwing the life away, making sure they can help out over towards that B and C objectives. We are going to see Inept, though, take control of the points, but We Get Wiped once again clearing some out, getting the wipe on the board going. They're capturing the B objective. They already have A in hand. They've got a little bit of pressure over towards C as well to distract the Inept players. That's going to allow them to capture the B point, maintain a few players at the same time. Sunbird trying to make a play over towards pillars is going to stay alive, but OS and Sniper up at the same time. We get wiped once again, grabbing OS. Looks like they'll make a move for the Sniper as well, as we see a player moving right on up here. Inept, he's going to grab that sniper. Just like that, the plays are coming in.
Yeah, he looked like, you see a little juke, right? He like faked right, dodged left, broke his ankle, stole the snipe, kept the overshield. I mean, the C's doing a little bit of everything right there. And it spells trouble here for Inept because they were down 50 points and then they lost both power-ups, and you can see the snowball effect as deceased now. The overshield is gone. Has the sniper left to work with.
The Sniper left to work with, indeed, up by quite a few points now, about 90 on the board. Inept, a team that we definitely know has the ability to make a comeback with the way their regular season went. We'll see what they can do here. They've got the 8-point capture. They're on C at the same time, but there we go. DeCe's pushing up. He's trying to help his teammates out here. A couple players down below. He's in an engagement with them, getting shot in the back. The Sniper's going to be giving up, but his teammates still trying to hold strong. They're recapturing C. Will be losing B in the process, but Inept have a chance here to make a play, get themselves back in this one. They just have to worry about these these We Get Wiped players pushing through. They push through with pretty much ease, as the Inept gonna have to deal with them. Their players a little bit spread across the map. They do take out one We Get Wiped player, but the answer is coming back from We Get Wiped. We see them trying to push on up. They want to try to win the game here.
We've seen 2 triple captures on the side of We Get Wiped. Do we see one here from Inept? Finally, they have a little bit of that power weapon control, but if I talk about it, it's going to get burned. Deceased came back for that sniper that he left behind. He doesn't pick up any ammo from it. It is spent, but he stays alive with his life. And just when we thought to see Inept maybe with their triple cap, once again, it's We Get Wiped with the map control as they reaching that home stretch. Sunburn is not looking to let them get comfortable, not even giving them one zone to work off of. We Get Wiped are pushing it with a level of aggression for another trip cap as they hit that red zone, that 200-point line. And not only that, though, CNK, they have the power-up control again. They've been monopolizing Overshield and Sniper.
I mean, the 3 OSs in a row is absolutely insane. It feels like Inept doesn't even have the ability with the pacing of the game to go for it. We see We Get Wiped just making plays all over. Sunbird picking up a couple big kills here, helping his teammates push on out of their spawn and doing what he can to just be annoying towards the side of Inept. They lose 3 players, and just like that, We Get Wiped able to get on B. They've got the BC hold. The target they're looking for. Sunburn looking to push in. No OS left. His teammates trying to push in as well. What we've seen We Get Wiped do very well this whole game is pushing their duos, trios, and in their quads. But the C push coming in. We see Sunbird picking up one. He's got a second one in his sights. Gets the double kill. Just barely doesn't get it. Just get some team help there. But one more kill to worry about. Just like that, the teammates are there. The assists come in, and the CB hold is in.
You know what's better than a double kill? A kill plus 2 assists, right? Being part of 3 kills. I can't believe managed to milk his life and stay alive. And this is really the final chance here for Inept. And as they go 3 down, Inkful as the last alive, it's not going to be enough. Just 20 odd seconds left for We Get Wiped to take game number 1 and take nearly a miracle comeback. But Strongholds is the place to do it. Mitsuri has the sniper in hand, and this is that power weapon control. Once again, a tale as old as time on the side of We Get Wiped, and the second shot is going to find its mark. The no scope for the kill.
No scope kill, absolutely beautiful there, but the B objective is going to start getting captured by Inept. They have to get it now. They don't have a choice, but We Get Wiped pushing in multiple players. The time is going to stop just barely as he barely hops off. That's going to end it. We Get Wiped win 250 to 1.
Series that we just watched, it was a challenger pre-made between Way Station and Straight Tilted. It was game 2 that all of a sudden we saw a quick flip on the series. So the team that won game number 1 was Way Station. Straight Tilted answered back with 3 straight wins. So Inept, they might go down, but they're definitely not out of the fight. That active camo and that top mid control, including the heat wave, is up for grabs, and both teams are fighting for any kind of control, but bodies are flying 5-2. A little bit of an early lead coming out, and the camo on top of it. Watch out, Sunburnt had an incredible amount of slays in game number 1. Now with camo heat wave combo, could do some more of the same here.
Yeah, Sunbird definitely a player to look for, but the thing I've liked to notice so far is the side of We Get Wiped has done a great job working together on the map, getting plenty of map control, and here we see it again, supporting each other where they can. Sunbird not trying to give away his position too easily with the active camo. Has to try to make a couple of plays here, but his teammates are pushing up with him, have that 9-5 lead. But the work hours lead right now, but make it 10-5. Sunbird hits a nice heat wave shot. A couple more players going to be bodying up over towards that fridge side of the map. We see We Get Wiped trying to collapse on this, but they're going to push into 4 players. 2 go down just like that. We Get Wiped ready to wipe the squad. The third one dead as well. Now Inkful by himself goes down as well, and just like that, We Get Wiped have full map control.
All right, Sunburn, this is where you got to be a little bit careful, right? The aggressive plays were working, cleaning up kill after kill, but now he's about to push into all of those respawners, but it looks like unafraid to do that. The 10-point lead might be enough, and I'm holding my breath because 1 kill away from opening up this game with a killing spree, but there's multiple players around the corner. Sunburn sets up the assist instead, and in fact, it looks like multiple assists are coming through. Mitsuri is on the pinch, and Sunburn is going to get that killing spree set up by Mitsuri, and that's some of that team fire that you were kind of hinting at, CNK, proving so pivotal for this early lead on the side of We Get Wiped.
I mean, you could just see it perfectly working with We Get Wiped. Someone gets damaged to get a little damage off. The comms have to be absolutely perfect the way they're making the map move right now. But as I say that, they lose 3 players in a row there. The spawners will come in. We'll see how they flow back to each other. These players trying to do their best to work together here, but Inept finally get a couple down. This is their chance to maybe take over the map a little bit. As I say that, they get a little bit surrounded. They do have the active camo in hand. Faker trying to make a move with that is going to get taken down immediately by himself. Look at the teamwork coming in once again from We Get Wiped. Don't lose a player there in that back Jenny. One player pushed up the middle. Gravy trying to take that chow. Gets it done with the help from Sunburn. And just like that, We Get Wiped. It doesn't matter what gunfight you're in. There's no such thing as a 1v1. It's a 1v3 every time.
Yeah, it seems like you chop off the head of the Hydra and 2 more spawn in its place. You're never fighting just one enemy. It's always multiples. And right now, it's We Get Wiped, always pushing that numbers advantage, and it's leading to the numbers advantage on the scoreboard. 26-10 as they reach that halfway point. They really have Inept on the ropes. Gravy being taken down is the break kill that Inept needs, but it's answered right back. Faka finds the kill. Now it's 3 down. Mitsuri is the last alive. We need more of these pushes from Inept, and they need to continue to capitalize on that breakthrough kill.
Yeah, Inept here down by quite a bit. This is definitely not a situation you want to be in the game 2 Slayer, but they can definitely bring this one back if they take it easy. Out of We Get Wiped, though, they're looking for the trades where they can. Worksheet getting some nice kills here, getting a lot of usage out of that heat wave. That's 3 down for the side of We Get Wiped. The 4th about to go down is Mitsuri trying to make a move. He's still alive somehow, but he finally goes down. His teammates are going to spawn up, but we see Inept pushing in with all 4 players, trying to get the push going. They've got plenty of weak ones, though. We Get Wiped trying to take advantage of these players. They take down 2. 1 more to go, and just like that, Jort Nasty by himself, trying to defend himself off, is going to barely sneak away.
But look at the pacing. Right now, it's We Get Wiped that are setting the pace, and it's an aggressive pace. You can see them even that last instance chasing down the kills, right? They look like the boogeyman that's on the prowl. And every time Inept, even though they find a kill, 2 kills, 3, all of a sudden off the respawns, even here again, we might see off the respawns. How do We Get Wiped continue to keep that pacing on their side? They have more against them, though, because it's Jort Nasty with the camo. 2 players in front, finds a nice melee, but needs to get a double kill here. But that's a great response. Again, backed into a corner. We Get Wiped were outnumbered. They didn't have camo, but the team play came through, referencing back to those crispy comms.
Yeah, the crispy comms have to be absolutely amazing. I wish we could do a listen in. Shout out Robert, by the way, next time. But that's the producer.
Where's that?
Robert, but we did it in COD. We can do it here. I'm just saying. But we see We Get Wiped absolutely perfectly. The comms and the gameplay, the way they play is exactly how I would love to have played when I played in the HRL. But guess what? Maybe it wasn't good enough for that. But the 12-kill lead is definitely showing. Is getting beat up maybe a little bit here. Is Inept playing a little bit better in the second half of this game. Still going to be down by just over 10. At 11 now as We Get Wiped doing a good job still getting their trades on the board, as that's all they need at this time.
I'm going to be really looking for Inept. They need to cut this to an 8-point game in the next round of slays. Eight kill difference is 2 team wipes, but even as I'm saying it, it's the opening kill once again going through. In fact, it's a trade of kills, 2 down on each side. That's always going to favor the team in the lead, and in this case, it's We Get Wiped inching ever closer, maintaining that 11-point advantage. And honestly, they're running out of track right now. Inept might be answering back. Maybe they even go 2 for 1, but that's not going to be enough to get them back in the game.
Yeah, at this point in time, the game is essentially over, right? Even if you played absolutely perfectly, you can't give up a single kill, right? And we're already seeing that happen as Gravy just getting super aggressive with the damage, gets a nice double kill, gonna be 2 kills more for We Get Wiped. And so Gravy's still going. He knows the game is all but over, so he's just getting as much damage as he can off. But his teammates trying to push up, get some of these trades, Sunburnt with one, Deceased with the other, and just like that, We Get Wiped, winning 50-35 to go up 2-0 in the series.
I'm glad we
I mean, I actually got to figure it out, so I'm going to look it up, but this third game is going to be well on the way. We see both these teams ready to clash it out. The Spanker in the middle of the map, ready to spank somebody for sure. But both these teams trying to clash it out for it. We Get Wiped trying to go for it. Inept trying to go for it. Losing players in the process, but Inept here, they've got a chance to take it. They've got to watch their back, though, as Gravy and Mitsuri trying to play for that. We are going to see the Rockets all on the ground. We'll see who ends up gaining that, though.
Well, it should be going to Inept because they have the numbers advantage. Let's see how they play it. The Rockets there at the bottom of B stairs, but it's Mitsuri who's finding the kill after kill. Now Sunbird is here. Deceased had the Rockets in hand. Didn't get much utilization out of them at all. In fact, there might still be another rocket sitting on the ground. Jordan Nasty rotating through driveway, tossing out the grenades. And in this King of the Hill, the first half of the hill already being won over. And it's in the side of We Get Wiped. Even though we saw Inept with some nice slays early on, it hasn't been enough to contest the objective.
Yeah, We Get Wiped right now, currently right back to where they left off, right? This is a very talented team. And this first objective, I mean, all things considered, can sometimes be very difficult for teams to take, but We Get Wiped just getting on this, not really giving up any time in return to Inept. They end up getting the first hill. Almost done. It's not done yet. Inept still has a chance to take this one. The comeback would be absolutely amazing. They get the 4 down. This is the opportunity they were looking for. Mitsuri actually was left alive. He's going to try to make a play. He's got some nades in hands. No one really on the side of Inept here close enough to help out, but the nades come in. Look at all these. Oh my gosh. Explosions everywhere. It's what you love to see. But We Get Wiped pushing right on back in.
Well, We Get Wiped have the luxury of time right now. They already have the hill at the 99% mark, and as they get that final 1%, they really could wait until they cleared out enough space to get that secure final second of time they needed on the objective. But my thought process here is that in order to have that patience, what they were doing was clearing a path not only for the first capture, but setting up the early seconds on the second hill. As you see them already at nearly, 20-25% of captured, that's why the patience paid off, and they had the luxury from the early lead.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to get it done. They do utilize it pretty well, but Inept are able to break on in. They get some of these kills to get in here. Now, We Get Wiped gonna have to play a little bit of a break, but guess what? Rockets to the face, never gonna feel too good. That one's a little bit painful, but when you watch though, they end up taking that player out. Inept still trying to hold strong with CC. He's gonna push in, gets one, gets a lot of damage off on that second player as well. And maybe open something up for the teammates. Not quite yet, as Inept still holding strong, about halfway through that objective, looking to get it fully taken. For the push coming in once again from that B side ramp. We Get Wiped, a couple players trying to push on in. Inept, though, have plenty of players here stacked and ready to go. The kills start to come in, and the damage is there. And the objective is all but gone.
Great place from Inept to force the stagger spawn where you keep We Get Wiped from being 4 strong. And with it, they tied up this game. If they can keep this momentum rolling, keep the We Get Wiped roster caught in that blender, it was enough to get that second capture and tie up this game, all because of those staggered spawns. And We Get Wiped didn't have the time in this case. They didn't have the patience that they needed to work with in order to come back as that full force.
Definitely not an easy task, that's for sure. But both these teams have done a very good job so far, getting themselves 1 point each. Inept did a great job on the second objective over towards Subway. We Get Wiped did a great job on the first one. The third objective, though, well on its way here. You see We Get Wiped doing a good job getting control of that. They're getting pushed out as far as they can at the same time as well, getting a ton of map control here. It's very important. It's going to change the absolute game when it comes to this one. We see the Spanker coming up in about 12 seconds. That could be a very important tool as well for Inept if they could get it.
And if you're eyeing that important tool with the Spanker, the Rockets at bottom mid, Mitsuri's in the perfect position to provide the coverage at that top C balcony. You see how he's being focused? Inept are aware that if they can't take down Mitsuri, they can't pick up the Rockets. He killed one. He's pinging on the second. He has the player caught back at Laundry. As the Rocket goes out, it ends up as a trade, but really not the utility. Mitsuri once again as the last alive on the side of We Get Wiped, and unfortunately as he goes down, so does the team living up to their name as they get wiped.
Yeah, We Get Wiped, gone off the map, but they push on in Worksheet. I mean, geez, Gravy just ran in there.
You call him the gravy train?
Yeah, the gravy train for real. But Inept do a good job fending that off for now. They're trying to do their best to hold this one down. They're just a little bit further along than We Get Wiped is on the objective. They've done a great job with the efficiency on this objective, but We Get Wiped now. Trying to answer back. They're getting a little bit of time on the board. They're doing a good job working together to get these kills. That's 3 down on Inept. Almost a full wipe there for We Get Wiped is something they like to do, whether that's themselves or the other team. Inept now trying to push out from that PD side of the map. We see We Get Wiped, though, still holding strong. Couple players pushing them in, kills back and forth. Inept, though, doing a great job fighting this one back.
We talked about earlier We Get Wiped and how their strength was in their slays and in their comms, but now I have to shout out Mitsuri with the map positioning. Mitsuri's control of that top balcony, that crow's nest, if you will, combine that with the stalker rifle, gave the cover needed for We Get Wiped to get the capture, to take the lead, and big shout out to Mitsuri. Plus 10 right now, 17 and 7.
Yo, Loki looking like map mode right now. I'm just saying. That guy was going demon mode in the last series, but Mitsuri getting it done here. 17 and 7 is absolutely insane for a Halo match, but both these teams have been doing a good job so far. We Get Wiped currently up 2-0 in the series. They took the Stronghold, they took the Slayer, both in convincing fashion. But so far, this King of the Hill has been very back and forth. We Get Wiped doing a good job, though, on this 4th objective. And I'm trying to push this one through the middle of the map where the Spanker is. But guess what? Mitsuri is here, picking up some more kills. The Rockets in hand, ready to make a play. Gonna be able to have plenty of team help as well.
Mitsuri has been a problem for Inept and a key piece as to why they have the lead. Looking to get that 3rd capture on the board for We Get Wiped. One rocket left, perfectly times and positions. Knowing he's going to be taken down, the process secures that kill as the trade. This 4th hill, but the 3rd hill, if it goes to the side of We Get Wiped, is already at the 3/4 mark. Gravy in a 1v1, he gets only a trade from it, so it might be a little bit of a slowdown. Inept, this is their chance to capitalize, but they don't have any time to waste.
I mean, this is the time to capitalize, but guess what? You got to go through Mitsuri, and that's just not going to happen. This guy is all by himself. The King of the North is ready to hold this one down, but he's got a couple players pushing him in. His teammates are falling. He's got to try to make a play. He gets a couple kills there. He gets one. A little bit of damage off on a few others. He's as weak gets, but he is going to be able to heal up, get some more damage off. One player to beat in the back of the map is going to get taken down with a nice little trade, though. His teammates trying to push in, but Inept holding for now. They are going to have to worry about these We Get Wiped players who are absolutely flowing in at the moment.
Deceased is just a step away from that hill, maybe gonna capture it, but I have an important question for you, CNK. If Mitsuri is the King of the North, does that make Gravy Sunbird Deceased like Daenerys and the dragons, or what?
I mean, it has to be. It has to be. We got 3 dragons, so we got 3 teammates. I'm saying,
okay, I got
saying.
it. It's all filled in now. It's a full picture, and so is that 3rd capture on the board for We Get Wiped. They are 1 hill capture away from being named the Chumps, and it has been a decisive game 1, game 2. This game 3 has been a little back and forth until now. We see We Get Wiped are starting to run away with it. Gravy is back on the hill, locking down the objective. That leaves teammates like Mitsuri with 25 kills left free to find more slays, and we're seeing a little bit of a level of desperation from Inept. It almost looks like this game is over. There has to be a drastic shift for Inept to get back in the fight.
I mean, right now we're looking at arguably the best team in the entire league playing against the 2nd best team in the league, right? This is the highest division we have to offer. These players are absolutely insane that we're seeing right now. This 5th objective is well on its way to being captured. I say well on its way to being captured, but I mean, We Get Wiped is just playing for kills right now. It feels like they're back in Slayer and Inept trying to break out of their base. The desperation plays are coming in. Jordan Nasty pushes up, gets taken down. You've got to deal with shotgun PRs. That's going to be a massive kill, hopefully, to help them out. But We Get Wiped pushing right on over from PD. All 3 players left alive are going for this one. Inept, 1 player on the board to help out here. A couple more coming up the ramp right now. Purple is going to be the spot to push. Wow. The kills come in. The victory is in, and We Get Wiped are your champions for Season 7 of the Champion Division.
You know,